History isn't just a collection of dates. It's a vault. And inside that vault are secrets that were never meant to be found. Welcome to Buried Truth Vault. Today, we're unlocking 5 of the most chilling, baffling, and absolutely unsolved mysteries the world has ever known. Manuscripts written in languages that don't exist, towns that dance themselves to death, and an entire colony of people who simply vanished. These are real, documented, and not one of them has been solved. Let's open the vault. Imagine you're one of the best code breakers in the world. You cracked Nazi communications during World War II. You've saved thousands of lives with your mind alone. Now, someone hands you a book, and you cannot read a single word. That book is called the Voynich Manuscript, a handwritten document from the early 1400s, 240 pages, written entirely in a language nobody on Earth has ever seen. Not a dialect, not a cipher anyone has ever cracked. The illustrations make it even stranger. Plants that don't exist in nature. Women bathing in glowing green liquid connected by mysterious tubes. Astronomical charts that no expert has fully interpreted. The greatest code breakers of World War II studied it. Linguists, artificial intelligence researchers, and cryptographers have all taken their shot. Every single one of them gave up. Is it a lost scientific breakthrough or the world's oldest elaborate hoax? We honestly don't know. Picture this. It's the summer of 1518, Strasbourg, France. A woman named Frau Trophia walks out into the street and starts dancing, not at a party, not at a festival, alone in the middle of the street with no music. She cannot stop. Within a week, 30 people are dancing with her. By the end of the month, over 400 people are out in the streets dancing in an unstoppable frenzy. Feet bleeding, bodies collapsing, some dying from sheer exhaustion and heart failure. The city council actually hired musicians, thinking the cure was to let everyone dance it out. 2 theories exist today: mass hysteria, extreme stress and fear causing the body to completely lose control, or ergot poisoning, a toxic fungus growing on their bread that caused convulsions and hallucinations. Neither theory fully explains why it lasted for months. What forced an entire town into a fatal rhythmic trance? In 1587, 115 English settlers landed on Roanoke Island off the coast of what is now North Carolina. Their governor sailed back to England for supplies. A war kept him away for 3 years. When he returned in 1590, the colony was gone. Not burned, not destroyed, gone. No bodies, no signs of struggle, no blood. Just empty buildings and overgrown paths, as if everyone had simply walked away. There was only one clue. Carved into a wooden post at the entrance of the settlement was a single word: Croatoan. Croatoan was the name of a nearby island and a local Native American tribe. The governor had told the colonists, if you leave, carve your destination. So maybe that was the answer. But when explorers investigated, no colonists, no graves, no trace. 115 people, including Virginia Dare, the very first English child born in America. We have no idea what happened to a single one of them. February 1959, the Ural Mountains, Soviet Union. 9 experienced hikers, trained athletes, and engineering students on a winter trek through one of the most remote regions in Russia. Rescuers found their camp on February 26th. The tent had been sliced open from the inside. The hikers had cut through their own shelter and fled into -30-degree temperatures without their shoes, without their coats. What were they running from? 3 of the 9 hikers had injuries nobody could explain: shattered ribs, a crushed skull, the kind of force you'd expect from a car crash. but there was no external bruising, no cuts, as if the damage came from inside the body. The clothing of several hikers tested radioactive. One victim was missing her tongue. The Soviet government classified the investigation and sealed the files for decades. Russia reopened the case in 2019. Their official verdict, an avalanche. Critics point out the tent was pitched on a gentle slope. No avalanche debris was found, and no avalanche explains the radioactive clothing or the missing tongue. The truth remains buried in the Russian snow. Around 1200 BC, humanity was at its greatest. The Egyptian Empire, the Hittites, the Mycenaean Greeks, the most powerful civilizations the ancient world had ever built, all flourishing at the same time. And then, within just 50 years, all of it collapsed. The Hittite Empire, gone. Mycenae, gone. City after city across the eastern Mediterranean burned to the ground and never rebuilt. Egypt barely survived, fighting some of the most desperate battles in its 3,000-year history. Egyptian records name the attackers. Pharaoh Ramses III called them the Sea Peoples, a mysterious confederation of warriors who came from the sea, from no known homeland, and swept away entire civilizations like a wave erasing writing from sand. We have their battles carved in stone. We have desperate letters from kings begging for help as the Sea Peoples closed in on their cities. But we don't know where they came from. We don't know what language they spoke. We don't even know what they called themselves. They reset human civilization. They changed the course of history forever. And history never recorded their real names. 5 mysteries, decades of research, the world's greatest minds, still no answers. So here's what I want to know from you. Which of these 5 do you think is closest to being solved, or is some truth better left buried? Drop your answer in the comments. I genuinely love reading what you all think. And if you want to be here when we unlock the next vault, hit that subscribe button. What's coming next makes these 5 look like a warm-up. The vault is closing for now.